What's going on, y'all? We back. We got a couple things to talk about today. Kawhi Leonard is out indefinitely with knee inflammation. What does that mean for the Sixers, and how can that make them the best team in the NBA? Also, did Daryl Morey make the wrong pick in the draft? We are going to talk about it. But without further ado, here's the intro. My boys, what's going on, y'all? We back. If you are watching this video, make sure you hit that like button, you hit the subscribe button. We are on the road to 500 subscribers by the end of December. We're also trying to get 300 subscribers by the end of this month of October. So make sure you smash that that subscribe button. It's free. It supports me. It takes literally 1 second. You don't have to pay anything. Also, let's try to get 15 likes on this video. It shares the video, again, supports me, shares it out to most people. Make sure you turn those post notifications on so you also do not miss a video. I appreciate y'all for being here. Thank you. Also, I gotta think about a name for the community, man. We got Off the Cliff Show, but I don't know what I want to call y'all. Should we be like Off the Cliff Gang? Like, I don't know. Should we be what do y'all want to be called? The Notary? Let me know. Like I don't know. Let me know in the comments what we should call the community. If you have an idea for a name that like I should call y'all when we come on and we talk about the Sixers and everything, write it down in the comments below. Let me know. All right, let's get into it. First thing, Kawhi Leonard, forward for the Los Angeles Clippers, is out indefinitely with knee inflammation. It's terrible news for Kawhi. Like, as we all know, Kawhi is probably like a top 3 hooper in the NBA. When he is healthy, is probably like even understating it, because the stuff that he did when he was healthy, even with when in that series versus the Suns, when he only played, I think, 1 or 2 games, was insane. So I feel bad for Kawhi. I do feel like the knee might be cooked. He might have to retire at this point. And I know I'm saying this like as a fan of a team that has Joel Embiid, but I don't think Joel Embiid's knees are where Kawhi's is at this moment. And this is something that has always plagued Kawhi throughout the later stages of his career. He might gotta hang it up, y'all. I don't know, but I feel bad for Kawhi. But this does present some good news for the Sixers, because they do own their 2028. They do own the Clippers 2028 draft pick, and also they own the swap to the 2029 pick. And I saw a lot of people talking on Twitter about what should they do with the pick. Should they trade? What should they do with those 2 picks? Should they trade them now? Should they wait until the future? Because we know the Sixers they assembled a team, to have a short window to go out and try to win the championship, because of the age of Paul George, because of the age of Joel Embiid, and the contracts that those 2 guys have, and the players that they formed around them. And like I said, I saw a lot of conversation about it on Twitter. Should they trade it? Should they trade the picks, and get another solid player in here? Or should they keep the picks, wait? Because like I said, the short window of Joel Embiid and Paul George in the championship window, those guys are probably going to be gone, and it's a nice way to rebuild because you're going to have those picks. My idea on it is, and my thoughts and opinions on it is, I think that right now you trade the picks at their highest value. I've talked about it a lot on this channel and on my podcast, saying basically the Sixers are one really high level 3-and-D forward away from being the clear and away best team in the NBA. And I don't think that's like an insane argument. Just imagine if you bring in a player like Trey Murphy, Tyrese Maxey, Herb Jones. If you bring a player like that into the Sixers roster and you're able to insert them into the starting lineup, now you're going to have 5 guys that can space the floor, attack, they can create, they can defend, they can knock down open threes, catch and shoot. They can do a lot of things, and they're essentially switchable on defense. They're unguardable on offense. Just imagine the Boston Celtics with Joel Embiid. And then you can think about all the possibilities. And I've said this before, they could easily be the best team in the league on paper if they can use. I don't even think it'll take both of the picks. I think they can use one of the picks to go get a player like that. And reports have come out that the organization is not worried about, or they're willing to go into the second apron and go and acquire a player like that. If you can go acquire like a Trey Jones, is it Trey? I'm bugging. On his Tyrese Maxey, Herb Jones, or Trey Murphy. Yeah, it's Trey Murphy. I'm bugging. Trey Murphy on their rookie deals, and then you sign them to an extension. You're going to the second apron. Like, you go do it. And I feel like right now, since you have the small championship window, like, those guys are still young, but you're in this championship window, you have to go all in. Like, you have to do whatever you can to go and win a championship, or at least try to win a championship. You can't be going around the edges and saying, all right, if we do these little things, maybe we can win it. But if you go in, push all your chips in and say, hey, this is the best team we can assemble to go win a championship. They will be the clear favorites. If we can assemble a team like that, an essential juggernaut, you absolutely have to go do it. Now, I understand you look now in the future and you say, okay, well, we're probably going to have a prime Tyrese Maxey by the time 2028, 2029 comes around. And you're able to, essentially add a young star next to him. I get it, but I'm done waiting in the future for the Sixers. The time is now. I'm done waiting in the. I'm done looking towards the future. The time is now. You go out and you do whatever you can to go win a championship. It's what Howie Roseman does every single season. He has some hits, he has some misses, but you can never discredit Howie for trying and going out and trying to get the best, to assemble the best team on paper that you can. So that's my thoughts on it. Also, it's no guarantee that the Clippers will be bad. In a climate right now where so much change in the NBA, they could enter their rebuild next year, and then Los Angeles is still a big market. It's still Los Angeles. They are the Clippers, and we've seen lately a lot of players do want to come and compete. They do want to compete versus the Lakers. Did I say Clippers or Lakers? I don't know, but they do want to compete versus the Lakers. And they'll join a team like the Clippers. It's a prime spot to live in. The rebuild could be very short, and they can go land somebody like a big name in free agency, and the rebuild is short. By 2028, they're a playoff team. You never know. And you never know what's going to happen in the future. So I feel like the time is now. You get the picks at their highest. You trade the picks at their highest value to bring in a player that's going to guarantee you being possibly the best team in the NBA on paper and essentially a juggernaut if everything works out perfectly. So that's my thoughts on it. That's what I think they absolutely should do. And it's just, I'm done. Like I said, I'm done waiting in the future for, oh my God, well, the Sixers could be good in 2028. This is when we can win the championship. No, the time is now. Push all your chips in. Do whatever you have to do. Worry about the future when the future gets here. All right, next. Last night, Lakers rookie Dalton Knecht went off, scoring 35 points. He had 20 points in a row for the Lakers at one point, went to overtime, snapped in overtime as well. And, of course, this brings up the controversy of should Daryl Morey have drafted Dalton Knecht over Jared McCain? Well, I both think they're good players. I, even on draft night, was like, Dalton Knecht is the pick. You have to get Dalton Knecht because he does a lot more. He is the more NBA-ready prospect right now. He can create off the bounce. He can catch and shoot. The downside with Dalton Knecht, of course, 23 years old, he doesn't defend at all. He literally cannot defend. So those are the downsides to Dalton Knecht. But like I said, most NBA-ready prospect for a win-now team, I think Dalton Knecht would have fit nice on the Sixers. But, of course, the argument is, should he have drafted should he have drafted Jared McCain over Dalton Knecht? And I see a lot of people talking about that. While I still would go back and probably select Dalton Knecht, you can see why they took Jared McCain, which is why I don't have a problem with it. Like I said, Jared McCain, I'm a Jared McCain fan. I do think that he is going to be a solid to good player. You can see why they drafted him. The Sixers are building a culture, and Jared McCain fits that culture. Works hard, gritty, has a lot of tenacity, willing to take up defensive matchups, willingly will do the small little things in order for the team to win. Catch and shoot, does not need the ball in his hands to be effective. And when you have a team with Tyrese Maxey, Paul George, Joel Embiid, even looking at Caleb Martin, guys that need the ball, and you're going to expect to try to get them the ball, where does that fit in for Dalton Knecht? Because I do think he's more of a on-ball initiator. And as opposed to catch and shoot, he can catch and shoot. I don't think he catches and shoots as well as Jared McCain, but you can see why they selected Jared McCain over Dalton Knecht. It's really a culture thing, and that's something that I've been talking about with the Sixers for a while, right? They need a culture. They need to establish something to where this is the Sixers' identity. This is how the Sixers are built. This is how they're going to beat you. And I feel like Jared McCain perfectly fit that mold. Now, will he be a better prospect down the line than Dalton Knecht? Probably not. But for what the Sixers needed at this time, Jared McCain fits the role perfectly. Now, Dalton Knecht, maybe in a couple of years, Dalton Knecht is a star, but you don't know what's going to happen. And maybe he's a star for the Lakers down the road because the Lakers are in a different space than what the Sixers are in right now. And you just can't bank on that, right? And he's also 23 years old. I know that, to me, I don't care about that, but I know that a lot of scouts were talking about that. Like, he's too old. Maybe he's hit his peak. We've seen the same thing with like Mikal Bridges, who has obviously gotten better. But, I see why they drafted Jared McCain. I'm not mad at it. I do think that they're both going to be good players. And it's not like Dalton Knecht has been lighting up the preseason, right? If you look here, he had, oh my God, I don't have it up again. He had the 35 points. Then he had 19 before that, 13, 7, and 16. And then when you go and look at Jared McCain's numbers, kind of similar. Jared McCain, last game, 9 points. Of course, he went out with the injury, played 23 minutes, 11 points, 20, 9, and 15. So they're not extremely far off. Like I said, the Lakers are going to use Dalton Knecht in a completely different way than what the Sixers are going to use Jared McCain. So you can't really compare them. They have they have like the same skill set, but they play basketball two completely different ways. And what the Sixers needed right now is what Jared McCain provides. And if you look at it, I don't know where Dalton Knecht he might be in the same, if he came to the Sixers and got drafted by the Sixers, he might be in the same situation that Jared McCain is, as far as like finding minutes on the team, being able to fit in the rotation. Like, you don't know, like I said, he doesn't defend well. So like, where are you going to put him over these veteran players that know how to play? They all pretty much defend pretty well. And they all can work off each other. So I saw a lot of people talking about it. I probably would still take Dalton Knecht because like I said, win now, ready NBA prospect. I'm fine with it, but I'm also fine with Jared McCain because you can see like the catch and shoot, the tenacity, what he brings, the grittiness that he brings as well. I'm fine with Jared McCain. I think that it'll play dividends for what the Sixers are going to need, especially on those Tyrese Maxey Sixers fast breaks where they're just sprinting up the court, and Jared McCain's specialty is the trail three in transition. So I'm fine with it. I can. It's okay to acknowledge that both of them, and it's okay to say that it's okay for two things to be true. Both of them will be good players. Jared McCain will be a good player. Dalton Knecht will be a good player. It's okay. The Sixers and the Lakers are in two different spots. The Lakers they're in win now mode, but they're not in the same category as the Sixers. And that's okay. And the Sixers have a completely different roster. All right. So I just need everybody to comment down. But that's everything I had. Sixers will open their preseason on Wednesday, I believe, versus the Milwaukee Bucks. Hopefully Paul George is there. Hopefully Joel Embiid is there. And if you're watching this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. 15 likes on the video, please. That is our goal. Subscribe. Everything is free. Everything takes a second. And I'm out.